Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. It doesn't look like it, but this is Entombed for the Atari 2600. Published by US Games in 1982, and if I leave this screen on long enough, I will start playing it. So, you're playing as an archaeologist, you're going into these ruins, and you're just trying to make it from the top to the bottom. That blue guy who turned orange is a mummy. You do not want him touching you. That little moving block that I touched gives you make breaks. And make breaks are the little things that let you break holes in walls. Just move towards a wall and press the fire button and you'll use one of your make breaks. Like so. There are 5 make breaks in a stage. In a maze, I guess you could call them a maze. And you can use those as like a way of knowing exactly where you are in these mazes. And when you make it from the top to the bottom of the maze, you go on to the next maze. Now, we've already reached, I believe, 5 make breaks. And now we're going into the orange maze, which is slightly faster. We're playing as the purple guy. The blue guy who turns orange and moves a lot faster, he is the mummy. When he turns orange, he will start moving faster and moving through walls, but he cannot double back. He cannot move down. He can only move to the side and up. And as long as you are below him in any way, you should be able to get past him. Super easy. And I'm not going for that make break. I'm just not going to do it. And here's the purple maze. Alright. Anyway, might as well mention some stuff. There are some purple dots at the top of the screen. Those are your lives. And if you run out of those, the game's over. You have 2 numbers on the bottom. The one at the bottom left is your current amount of make breaks, and the one at the bottom right is the current amount that is already shown up. And if I can move, that would be great. Yeah, it gets super fast once you hit the blue maze. I am going to have to admit. Nobody ever really makes it past the blue maze. I don't think I will be an exception to that rule today. Especially when the mummy grabs me. That's a first. So, the number at the bottom left, that is the amount of make breaks that you have. Whenever you grab a block that moves back and forth, you get make breaks. If you're playing on... Let me check my notes here. If you're playing on B or Novice, difficulty B or Novice, you get 3 make breaks per block. If you're playing on difficulty A or Expert, you only get 2 per block. There are 2 game modes that you can see on the screen that says US Games 1982. There's a game mode 1, which is just a 1-player game, and there's game mode 2, which is a 2-player game. And the 2-player game is actually 2-player simultaneous. Both of you are on the screen at the same time, and you're both trying to survive. You can either help each other out by using the make breaks to, well, make it so that both of you can escape, or you can be a jerk to the other player and take away all the make breaks while leaving the other guy to die. Either way, you're going to keep doing this until something happens, I guess. And of course, that's something being the both of you losing all of your lives, obviously. As you go through the game does get faster. It should be noted. And yeah, if you leave the screen on long enough, the game starts automatically, which is kind of a pain. Yeah, if you leave it on screen long enough, you'll get kicked right to the yellow maze and you'll be playing right then and there. So it starts out slow enough on the yellow maze. You definitely get to have a feel of the game. You learn how the make breaks work. You learn to make your way through the maze. You learn how the mummies move around. They always move to the side and then up. They never move down. And it's a very pleasant time for all in the yellow maze. Then there was the orange maze, and then there was the purple maze, and then finally the blue maze, where I finally met my demise. It's a good thing that the mummy cannot move downwards, because it would have made this game, like, really hard to play. And when you hear that sound, you know that the mummy is turned orange and is on the move. You definitely don't want to get too close to the mummy, or make it so that the mummy will completely just randomly just go into high alert and just move around like nobody's business. And I like staying in the center here. And the mummy doubled back, moving back and forth like that, and I lost one of my lives. Which, as said before, is signified by the blue dot, not the blue dots, but the purple dots at the top. Can't believe I lost my lives. I wanted to save all of them for the blue maze in case things happened. I have looked through YouTube videos of this game, and I have never seen anybody go through the blue maze. I've also read that this game is well known for how the mazes that it has are created. The mazes are procedurally generated, I think. I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know for a fact that they're horizontally symmetrical. So the left half and the right half look exactly alike. That's why if I break a wall on the left side, I'll break the one that's near it on the right side in its symmetrical position, and vice versa, like I've been doing here in the purple maze, in case this hasn't been obvious enough. And I did not want to die there. What game? I was trying to go down, and the game just would not let me. And I have seen 20 make breaks thus far. And I seem to be doing well at getting everything. Better to be near the center than at the sides. Not gonna lie. Because that way I can do better. And he grabbed me. I thought I was going to die from the endless scrolling. Well, that was fun. Let's try this again. And this time I'm pressing the fire button so that way the title screen doesn't do that thing to me. If there's one thing that I don't like about some of the later Atari 2600 games, is that it just kind of boots you to the game without a chance or a clue if you just leave it on screen long enough. I always thought that was kind of weird. Like, just let me figure stuff out, game. Why are you doing this to me? And the center wall, you actually break both sides of it because of the horizontally mirrored nature of the mazes. So, if you can do it, the center of these mazes is probably the best place to use a make break because you can use it and clear double the space. And the last thing I want is you running into me. What else is there to mention? You can't move in diagonals. You can only move up, down, left, or right, and that's it. And It helps to be moving towards the wall that you want to break when you press the fire button to use the make break. You don't necessarily have to do it if you're super close to the wall, but you pressing the fire button in conjunction with the joystick or D-pad or whatever it is you're playing this with definitely helps. And I reached the end of the maze and I used one of my make breaks when I didn't want to, because I didn't know I was going to end up there. Now, let's see if we can get back to the center. You're going that way. That's fine. And let's make sure that you don't double back into me, because that is a possibility. And oh boy. Really easy to get caught. Game! Apparently I gotta move down whenever possible. Come on, go, go, go. Oh, there's a light blue maze. Well, that's something. Well, I got to show that off at least. Show that there is a world beyond blue for virtually anyone on YouTube ever. But of course, I managed to lose my one and only life then. Nevertheless, I got to do what I wanted to do, and I got to play this game enough times to make for a good short video. I'm proud of myself. I really am. That was Entombed for the Atari 2600 by US Games from 1982. Really interesting little game. I do like how the mazes look and how they're generated. I do like the graphics. They're pretty simple. You can really tell what everything is. They definitely get the job done for a game like this. Sound and music, you can easily tell what's going on. You know when when the mummy is moving, and you know when you've used a make break, and even when you've lost a life. That's a good thing too. Play control, it works. Part of me wishes you could move diagonally, but sadly you cannot do that. I'm not sure if I can consider that either a nitpick or a negative. But even knowing that full well that I can only move in 4 directions, I was able to make it work for as long as I did. And replay value, your replay value may vary on this one. You may play this for a few minutes. You may play it for more than a few minutes. Especially given that games, or sessions of this game, or games of Entombed, depending on how you want to say it, usually do not last that long. And definitely worth picking up. I do like the idea. I do like the execution. Definitely a case of minimum rules, maximum fun with Atari games being exemplified with Entombed. I mean, you can play it a few times and definitely be satisfied with what you are seeing if you're into Atari 2600 games. There's not much to it, but you can have a whole lot of fun, especially if you are good with it. And I recommend giving this game a shot, at the very least, just because of the action that you can find here. Just making sure that you can keep yourself from getting trapped and not get grabbed by the mummy, and just not get killed by the scrolling. It is possible to be too far up on the screen and you get scrolled off the top of the screen and you basically lose a life. Yes, that is a way that you die. It is possible, especially at the beginning of the blue maze. That did happen in this video. But if you know what you're doing, this can be a very fun game. So this has been Let's Play Entombed for the Atari 2600. Hopefully I'll be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be somewhere in between, who knows. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!